wasn't my idea. I wasn't even in the room when we made this, so I'm just gonna have a seat with you all.
Okay, so I did this too. We started with these big kind of flailing arm motions and did this faster and faster. So we did it so fast that we sort of ended up looking like horses in nature.
My movement has nothing to do with what they're talking about.
So we had to create these decay, attack, and decay phrases, and we kept doing them faster and faster. And this one here is Adams, and this one is mine, and it became really, really tricky.
This is a totally unrelated section.
And in
Here's
this
where we
part,
slow
our
things down.
group is taking us across the stage.
We started doing these movements going in and out of the floor, these inversions, and it was pretty difficult at first, but it started to get easier. I really had fun doing it. I like being upside down, probably because of my circus background.
So then we became these waves that were traveling from stage right to
This is
stage
from
left.
the Adam.
Not sure why, but Adam and I just kept pushing Santo across the space, and he was kind of stuck.
And this is from the
Being a fish. And at the very end, Santo just smoothed it all out. Something about fish. Caught. Maybe in a net? Sustenance, perhaps. This is from a duet between Abby and I, although Santo and Adam had it first.
So I wasn't here for this part either, but I do know that we were thinking about abundance and fortune. Not in terms of riches, but fortune as in fortunate, as in aren't we all fortunate to be sitting together in this theater tonight? Or I feel quite fortunate to be dancing for you all. And how we mess this up sometimes. And this might be something that I know.
He started by asking us to create 7
I do
different
know
postures,
this. We did this in the
where
very
we had
first
these
station.
2 points of the body, especially on our torso, and trying to make
Just the
them
points of the
either
body.
closer together
And then
or
to move
farther
that.
away from each
You
other.
eventually have to do these phrases lying on the ground. It's really difficult.
So we kept adding on to that.
It was
And
pretty
it became
difficult
bigger
at
and
first
smaller.
because maybe work
Kind of a little
I hadn't really had to work before,
This
and
will
it
create
sort of ended
7
up
different
hurting
poses.
this really
That would be
specific
a
kind of
straight
shape.
horses eventually turned into this.
1,
1,
Adam,
Abby.
2,
We have to do
3.
these as phrases with
3,
plus
four,
attack and decay, which is something
Abby,
Abby said he stole from
5,
Susan Rose.
4,
I have never met her, but I hear she's
5,
wonderful. So then we have to do these poses in rapid succession, so like one into the next, into the next, into the next.
He called this the lavish phrase. This is a note from the choreographer. He says,
I've been thinking a lot about the privilege that it takes to dance. the expense of training and the limited market value of that training. How we all complain about our poverty while we're actually among the richest and most privileged people in the world. I don't think it's just dancers who do this. Anyway, that's what he asked me to say during this part.
This part always reminds me of fatigue in the body, of approaching sleep, or coming out of rest, or illness maybe. And memory, of course, of how all these things come together.
We talked about abundance, freedom, and space. And we talked about city blocks and walking in a grid.
Grid
It's actually really tough for me.
recover. Step into place.
I remember them talking about the relationship between freedom and restraint, about abundance and the confine of a city block. Our desire for green space, walking on soft ground.
First,
Start.
follow the way. Every minute's later. First, second, again. Then,
Now,
down.